Hey guys, just a quick open question for you guys right now. So you guys saw episode 83 of Dragon Ball Super. I believe it's episode 83. Could be wrong on the number, but anyway, guys, you saw the last episode, and the fact that Brawl is finally born in Dragon Ball Super, something we've been waiting for a very, very, very long time. Lots of nice, really emotional moments. I won't really go very much into it here. Honestly, it's not necessarily a review or anything. It's just kind of an open question about Brawl and Pan's character in Dragon Ball Super, or their character development, the way they're going to be portrayed, and everything. Now, honestly, if anything, the one thing I really like about these two characters, the fact that they actually are kind of utilized in the story pretty well. Their births actually kind of coincide with something very important and something that's actually quite meaningful. And personally, I really like that. You had like the Super Saiyan God ritual. The fact that Videl had Pan, or she was actually pregnant with Pan at the time, was like kind of resonant of the fact that they actually got to fight Beerus at the time. And now with Brawl being born or something, you got Vegeta having just that much more of an incentive to fight. Because honestly, I don't think that they're going to be able to keep this secret for very, very, very long going into the future. Obviously, with Gohan, Mr. Satan, and Goku knowing, of course, with all the gods and something, they're already kind of letting this stuff slip. I don't necessarily think that everyone's going to figure out, but at least Vegeta, I can imagine him figuring it out. And then maybe Roshi and Krillin and all them. Like, honestly, maybe at the end of all this, everyone's going to know and then fight even harder to actually kind of win and everything. But basically going into not only, like, that's them in terms of the character and how they portray and how they kind of move the story forward. I like how they did that, because one of the things that we did with Brawl as a fan base, we were kind of bitching and moaning about, well, where was she? Is she ever going to come into the show? Why aren't they introducing her? And this is probably a really good place for them to actually introduce her into the series, because, I mean, for the most part, it wouldn't have been as emotionally satisfying, especially as big of an issue, if she had come in anytime sooner. Also, it's just a good idea to actually bring her in, having Vegeta get more and more reason to fight and go even harder, and maybe even see whatever power he's holding back or something, because he's already indicated a little bit in this particular arc that he might be holding back, or he might be actually even stronger than Goku, because this arc actually started with Goku having taken a lot of time off, and we don't necessarily know how much time Vegeta's taken off, and he kind of indicated that he might be stronger than Goku at this point. So seeing Vegeta actually have an emotional reason to bring out all the stops at this point, because he needs to protect his new daughter, would be really interesting. But personally, that's them in terms of the story, but character-wise, the way they're being portrayed, we haven't seen Brawl really do anything. I mean, she's just, honestly, one episode. But the whole series, we've been kind of seeing Pan do extraordinary things that we haven't seen anyone else do in the entire series, at least at the age that they're at. She's flying around, she's picking up Trunks with like one finger and everything, and no one really seems kind of bizarred by that. Like, no one's like, oh my god, like, that's just ridiculous, this girl's going to be amazingly strong. And not even Goku sitting there going, oh, I want to train that girl when she gets strong enough, because she's already so strong. It's going to be really awesome to see, like, maybe she'll be a good fighting partner, a good sparring partner, the same way that maybe Brawl's probably going to be, considering a lot of fans actually think that they're going to be really strong, and potentially even the strongest people with most potential of anyone in the entire series. But taking that as it is, and taking the way they portrayed Pan, and probably the way they're going to be portraying Brawl, if they don't kind of start erasing one of these characters, I mean, like, it would be really interesting, but I'm pretty sure because Brawl is now born, they're probably not going to focus on Pan as much, because she'll probably be the focal point. You can only have so many babies in any one particular series at a time, so we're just going to have to wait and see how they deal with that. But are Brawl and Pan basically comic relief characters at this point? They had that filler type of episode a couple months ago, where Vegeta was basically fighting Arale, and he was like, you know what, this girl's like a comic gag relief character. I can't beat her. She's kind of ridiculous in this situation. Like, she's overly powerful because the fact that she's actually overly powerful, not because she's actually in the same kind of zone. She doesn't train as much as Goku. She's just funny. She's meant to be funny, and that's why she's always going to be stronger than them. I know it's not necessarily the same concept with Brawl and Pan, but at the same time, I'm wondering the fact that, because no one's actually kind of alluded to this, no one's actually kind of been in awe of everything that she's been capable of doing, whether or not the series is actually treating these two characters as if they're comic relief and not much else. And that's why at least until they grow up. We're not necessarily seeing anyone freak out about the potential that they actually have. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. We're going to have to wait and see how they kind of portray Brawl going into the next couple arcs, or at least through this arc, if she's going to do anything kind of remotely interesting in terms of actually showcasing her power. But with that being said, guys, I want everyone to leave their comments in the comment section below. What do you think about this particular concept? Do you think that they could be, not necessarily, but do you think they are kind of being used as just gag relief characters, and the potential that we're seeing or the feats that we're seeing from them don't really matter in the long run, because it's not really supposed to portray anything about their particular potential and how they might be portrayed and how they might be utilized in the future of the series. But with that being said, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Guys, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video.